Hell, I had one of those mornings last week where really my computer looked like it had developed a personality disorder.
Only last week?
Yeah, I had the agency opening checklists on one screen, Salesforce questions on another, then the phone system decision, the sign quote, a spreadsheet, a folder full of emails. And because apparently I enjoy adding a little extra drama to my life, we had three different AI tools open in separate tabs.
Kim, that sounds like a Tuesday.
Hey, and I caught myself asking a question that small business owners are asking every day. Which AI tool do I need next?
But that was not the real question,
No, the real question was much more uncomfortable.
which was?
What kind of business am I actually building? Because an AI native business is not a regular business with 17 subscriptions, a chat bot, and a very optimistic LinkedIn post.
That's going to hurt some feelings.
Hey, yeah, it may just hurt mine first. I'm Kim,
I'm Hal,
and this is Small Business Big AI.
the podcast for operators building businesses in an AI shaped economy.
And today we are naming a trap, Hal.
The AI tool treadmill. And just for the record, I'm not fully with you on that one
Oh, yeah, I know.
because I think this is costing operators more than just a bad tool decision.
Okay, but honey, let me explain my point first. So you buy a tool and then you watch three videos. You test it for 2 days and then you see that another tool launches. And somebody on YouTube says that the new tool changes everything. So you start another free trial. Your password manager begins to look like a cry for help.
Meanwhile, the actual business is still waiting for somebody to call them back.
Exactly. I mean, I agree with that completely.
Wait a minute, you agreed too fast.
Hey, I agree that tools create advantage. I just think we need to talk about what kind of advantage here, like for how long and whether the tool is the foundation or the finish.
Wait a minute, Kim. So this isn't anti AI.
No, no, this might be the most pro AI episode that we've ever done. It's an episode about what AI is actually good for. And that answer changes everything,
Which is,
which is amplification.
but amplification only multiplies what's already there.
And that's the whole conversation today. So what are you building that's worth multiplying?
So the trap?
Well, a few weeks ago, entrepreneur and Inc. columnist Joe Procopio, he wrote an article called "You Don't Need AI Agents."
That title is engineered for clicks.
Yeah, and it worked. And Hal, check this out. He named his AI agent team after John Wick characters.
Interesting.
Hey, but the argument underneath the headline is better than the headline.
Go on.
Well, he deployed them. I mean, full send. And within a very short window, a competitor copied him and did it better.
That fast?
Yes, that fast. And his conclusion, which I think is one of the most honest things written about AI and small business this year, was that he made the classic mistake.
He built the blimp before strengthening the launch pad.
Yes, the giant blimp floating in the sky before strengthening the launch pad underneath it.
Unpack that.
Well, you can see the finished version of your business. I mean, so clearly the scale, the team, the systems, the revenue, the brand, all of it floating up there. And so you start building toward the vision, without looking down at what the launch platform is actually sitting on.
Every entrepreneur has done that.
Yes, every entrepreneur. And then you look down and you realize the launch platform is being held together by that infamous duct tape, paper receipts, and one person who knows a password to everything.
Usually, the one person is on vacation.
Hey, or they quit. So, Procopio's point is that you do not deploy an army of AI agents to build the blimp. You strengthen the platform first. Then you deploy AI against real work, real customers, real workflows, and real business logic.
That is a much less glamorous message.
Yeah, but a much more useful one, Hal.
So let me translate that into operator language. Before you automate a process, make sure you actually have a process.
Yes.
Before you delegate a decision, decide who has the authority to make it.
Yes, again.
Before you ask AI to personalize the customer experience, make sure you know what the experience you want the customer to have.
And that right there, that is the episode.
We can go home now.
Hey, no, 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 not yet. Because we're just getting started, and this is exactly where small businesses are vulnerable. So AI makes it possible to move faster than before you have decided where you are going.
And speed feels like progress.
Yes, until you realize that you have automated the wrong thing, that you've scaled the wrong thing, or you built your business inside of some platform that you don't control.
So, what does one do?
Well, Hal, that is coming up in part two. Ready to unlock the power of AI for your business? Well, don't just listen. Become a small business big AI insider. Subscribe and get ready to dominate.
So, let's say I accept your sequencing argument. Platform first, AI second. What belongs on the platform?
Okay, well, I'm glad you asked. So, there are four things. So, four things that get stronger over time that AI can deepen, but cannot create for a competitor.
Let's hear them.
All right. Well, first, there's proprietary knowledge. It's your data, your customer history, your patterns. They're your operating lessons and your decisions, Hal. They're the things your business has learned because you have been in the arena long enough to make the mistakes and then notice what matters.
Not generic information, your information.
Exactly. So generic information, well, that's abundant. I mean, useful context is scarce. A competitor can subscribe to the same model, but they cannot download the memory of your business.
Unless you never captured the memory of your business.
Yeah, and there's the warning. A lot of small businesses have years of wisdom walking around inside people's heads, buried inside their inboxes, or trapped in the systems that they do not own. Now, this is not yet an asset, but it is potential energy.
Second,
Well, second is earned judgment, not information, but judgment. The ability to look at a messy situation and recognize what the spreadsheet is not telling you.
the scar tissue advantage.
Right, the scar tissue advantage. So you cannot fake the pattern recognition that comes from years of operating. No, you just cannot do that. AI can help you retrieve information. It can help you compare options and expose patterns, but your judgment is what determines whether the answer belongs in the real world.
Third,
Well, third is trusted relationships. And here's the part that I don't think gets said enough. Trust is becoming more scarce in an automated economy, not less.
counterintuitive.
Right. So think about it from the customer side. Everything is faster, everything is more automated, everything is more convenient. And the more automated everything gets, the more noticeable it becomes when someone actually sees you, not just processes you, not just routes you, but sees you.
There's a scarcity premium forming.
Exactly. The operators who have been building real relationships slowly, deliberately over years, the market just moved in their direction. And most of them don't realize it yet. They're still feeling the pressure from the operators moving faster, but how that pressure is temporary. The relationship isn't.
Number four,
Well, number 4 is a distinct point of view. So the reason someone chooses you specifically and not the nearest available option, not whoever's cheapest or fastest, but you, because of what you stand for and how clients feel after every single interaction.
the mode is all for working together.
And here's what makes the whole thing powerful. AI can go deeper into every single one. It can help you capture the knowledge before it walks out the door. It can help your judgment apply at scale. It can make your relationships more attentive. It can amplify your point of view across more rooms than you can physically stand in, but it can only do that work if the foundation is actually there.
If you multiply nothing by 1,000,
Well, then you still have nothing. But if you multiply something real by 1,000,
you have something extraordinary.
and that's the whole argument.
All right, I want the insurance angle. I know you have it.
Yeah, okay. So let me tell you about lemonade.
I'm listening.
And lemonade is not that drink that you like so much, but it's an insurtech company. So we have lemonade, Hippo, Root, billions in venture capital. I mean, slick apps, AI powered underwriting, instant quotes, everything the traditional industry was supposed to be afraid of.
And
Well, this is my opinion. The pattern I watched as a licensed agent who's been in this space for more years than I want to say was a competition built on speed. It was built on price, on execution. And my read from the outside is that they approached insurance as an efficiency problem, not a trust problem.
you see it as
Well, I see it as a trust transaction, Hal. No, remember, that's just my opinion. The policy is a legal document, but the reason a client stays, even when a competitor undercuts them by $40 a month, is really never the price. It's whether someone picks up the phone when it actually matters. It's the agent who calls before the renewal, who remembers what changed in the client's life last year, who treats the coverage decision like what it is, a family protection decision.
they won the race they ran.
Yes, and the race they ran wasn't the one that mattered. So, how? You know what's coming.
I do.
Yeah, I told you before we recorded, and I gave you 3 days.
3 days.
That's right. So I want an honest answer, not the strategic answer, not the one that sounds good.
Okie dokie.
Well, your strongest competitor has every AI tool you have, every workflow, every automation, every system that you've built, but none of your customer relationships. Or they have all of your customer relationships, every person who trusts you, every client you've earned, but none of your tools. Which one scares you more?
The relationships.
Now, you didn't hesitate the way I expected.
My first instinct was the tool, an operator who has the efficiency stack plus better relationship closes more deals. The math looks better on paper.
Okay, well, keep going.
But I sat there for 3 days. And when I actually pushed on it, tools are acquirable. A good operator catches up. The workflow can be reverse engineered. The automation can be rebuilt. But if someone has the trust of the market, if people answer their calls, believe their recommendations, give them the benefit of the doubt when things get complicated, you cannot buy your way into that.
And that's true. You cannot sprint your way to trust.
No, but I'm not letting you off that easy.
Hey, I knew you wouldn't.
Relationships have always had a ceiling. One person can only know so many people. One agent can only stand in so many rooms. Scale has always been the argument against trusted based businesses. Over a long enough timeline, doesn't execution win?
Well, that was true when the only way to scale a relationship driven business was to add more humans and or more layers and more handoffs. But AI changes the ceiling. It doesn't change the foundation.
Say more.
Well, AI can help you remember what matters about every client before the call. It can surface the renewal before you have to chase it. It can draft the follow up while the conversation is still warm. It can flag the client who's gone quiet. It can make the relationship more attentive without ever pretending the relationship is automated.
The human touch, but with infrastructure underneath it.
Yeah, the goal isn't to replace the human touch. The goal is to build the system that helps the human touch survive.
That's a better sentence than AI powered customer service.
Significantly better how? Because clients don't wake up hoping that their agent has better automation. They wake up wanting the problem handled. They want to know somebody sees them. They want to talk to a person who actually knows them and sounds like them. And when you get that wrong, the client feels like they've walked into a vending machine. Insert question, receive automated answer, try again, no one home.
That's the opposite of the moat.
And that's what a competitor without relationships will build. And it's exactly where you win if you've done the real work.
This is where the new agency becomes interesting because you are not talking about a hypothetical business. You are building one right now.
Right. August the 3rd, Lewis Howard Insurance Group opens. And I am asking a different question than I asked when I opened my agency, back in 1999.
What is the question?
Well, this time I'm asking the question, how should this business be designed now that AI exists?
Not where can AI be added later.
Yeah, no, not where can I sprinkle a little AI? Because I am looking at the architecture from the beginning. What data do I own versus what am I renting? What belongs inside the CRM? What should AI prepare and what requires my voice? Or what can be automated safely? And how this one matters. What should never be automated?
That is a much more serious set of questions than what chatbot should I buy?
Because the real work is not the chatbot. The real work is deciding how the business thinks, what it remembers, what it prioritizes, what gets handled, and what gets my personal attention.
That is the decision architecture.
Exactly. There are things a machine can help you do. There are things a machine can do with oversight. And there are moments where the customer needs a human being who understands the weight of the decision.
That sounds familiar.
Well, it should. It's the leadership logic inside the impact framework: intent before delegation, authority before execution, boundaries before execution, and judgment before scale.
And this is where the show is heading.
Yes, this is the conversation we need to be having, not which tool to buy, but how should the business think? And that's AI business architecture. And Lewis Howard Insurance Group is where I'm building it live in real time in front of this audience. And no other business podcast that I know of is doing that. So here's the thought I want to leave you with. Now, AI is a multiplier, and that is powerful. But a multiplier does not decide what deserves to grow.
That is still the owner's job.
Right. Your job is to build the launch platform, capture the knowledge, protect the trust, strengthen the judgment, know what you stand for, decide what should remain human, own the memory of your business.
Then bring in the tools.
Then bring in the tools. Let AI help you move faster. Let it help you remember more. Let it help you follow through. Let it help you scale the parts of your business that deserve to scale.
But do not mistake the tool for the business.
Exactly how. Because your competitor may be able to access the same model tomorrow morning. They may be able to copy the workflow. They may even be able to move faster for a while.
But they cannot download the years it took to earn the trust. They cannot buy the judgment you built in a messy middle. They cannot replicate a business that knows who it is, who it serves, and why customers choose to stay.
That is the architecture.
And that is where the fun starts.
Right. Now that's it for today's episode of Small Business Big AI. This week, do not ask yourself which AI tool you need next. Ask yourself a better question. How should my business be designed now that AI exists? What is this amplifying? What business memory is this creating? What must remain human? And what do I need to own?
And send us your answer. What is the asset in your business that a well-funded competitor still cannot copy?
You can DM us on LinkedIn because we want to hear what you are building.
And send this episode to one operator who is running hard on the tool treadmill and may need to step back long enough to strengthen the launch platform.
And until next time, keep embracing change, keep innovating, and remember, the future of your business is bigger than you think. And the steps you take today will shape the legacy that you build tomorrow.
This has been Small Business Big AI.
We'll see you in the next episode.